crash and burn.
Hey everyone, so tonight I want to discuss the Berzerker's first record. Now, if memory serves too, this is the Berzerker. Yes, it's their self-titled first release for Earache Records. Oh Christ, I can't even remember back when this came out, sometime in the early to mid 2000s, around there. And I've been wanting to talk about the Berzerker for a while now, and of course I sort of get sidetracked like anything, and everything else kind of gets in the way, but here I am finally doing it. And having listened to only their first three records, which is this one, Dissimulate, and World of Lies, this was the one that motivated me to continue to pay attention to the Berzerker through Dissimulate and World of Lies. But looking back, I haven't listened to it at this point in 5 years or 6 years. So I had it on again recently, and it's interesting because after all these years, I don't love this record at all. And it's amazing to think that I used to think that this record was strong enough to keep me around and to pay attention to Dissimulate, which of course would be their sophomore effort, which is a lot better. It's bigger sounding, it's scarier, and I don't know, everything about it is just larger, and the songwriting is tighter, and there are more tracks on here. This still sort of has that old school sort of earache-ish, grindy sort of vibe to it, where the songs just fucking continually pound. And I will say, which is kind of disappointing about this, is the reason I bought this was based off the strength of the first track, Reality. But it's hard for me to sort of recapture how I used to feel about this, because I know I used to think this was rad, because like I said, it kept me around for their subsequent releases. But here I am in 2023, and I'm struggling to find good things to say. This whole record just kind of fucking blends together. The songs are just, they just pound. And I mean, sort of all of the Berzerker stuff, but I find that with the releases that would come out after this, there's a blueprint in place that sort of, shows you where the pounding is going. And I don't find that the guitar plays half as fun or as catchy on here. I find the vocal patterns, they're good, but they would get way better on Dissimulate and World of Lies. So looking back, I don't love this, but at the time when I picked this up, I absolutely loved this. I will say, though, the most disappointing thing for me about the Berzerker overall is, despite how I absolutely love how they use that sort of gabber-ish kick in place of like a traditional pedal, they just didn't do any more rave-ish kind of things like I knew they should have. Everybody knew they should have. Everybody who liked them probably wanted them to. Off here, I think it's track 4, it's Burnt. It gets really ravey, and it's really exciting, and it's fun, and it's fresh, and it's mixing like dancey electronic music with metal, and it's working. And they pretty much don't do it ever again. This sort of touch of this more like rave-focused, synth-driven elements to the track Burnt, they're gone as of Dissimulate. There is no more fun sort of synthy breakdowns or catchy synths playing during a chorus or whatever. That's over with. And that was a huge misstep, because I love Burnt. Is like, next to Reality, Burnt is my favorite song. And Burnt is my favorite song because it reminds me of when like these more like hardcore, like guitar-based metal and punk bands at this point were going very digital. Like anybody remembers the Shizit. That part in Burnt reminds me so perfectly of what I used to love about the Shizit. Wow, that's going back. Fuck, I'm talking about the Shizit now. But it's like, I was like a kid when they were like, when they had their 15 minutes or whatever. I mean, I don't really know if the Shizit you could ever consider them having their 15 minutes. But I found out about them around 2000 through DHR somehow. I don't remember. I know it had something to do with DHR, but anyways, it doesn't matter. I love the use of like I said, the ravey synths on Burnt, but fuck, man. They never did that again, and that is really disappointing, because after all these years have passed, had they done that more, I think I would have had better things to say about their initial outing for Earache Records. this record just pounds from start to finish. So if that's your thing, you're probably going to dig this. But I just don't find it as catchy as it could have been. It's definitely not as catchy as Burnt or Reality. Those two are like my favorite songs on here, and they're possibly the strongest as well. I know it's really a matter of opinion, but fuck, I just wish they did more synth-based shit. But look, I'm going to stop talking because I've been rambling for almost 6 minutes. So thank you so much for hanging out with me while I discussed the Berzerker's self-titled first release for Earache Records, released way back when. Like always, if you like this review, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. But most importantly, don't forget that the world is a better place because you are in it. And I will talk to all of you very soon. Have a good night. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe. And we will see you guys really soon.